Hey, Gemini, intuitive soul coach here with your October 2023 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway or even signing up for the monthly newsletter, you can find all of that information in the description box below. All right, Gemini, I'm getting here the 3 C's. Now we have communication coming in, charisma, and charm. You're really charming the socks off of either a pitch that you are launching out into the universe. This could be an interview. It could be a conversation that you have with someone. It could be something that you are selling. It could be your own business product or service, but you're really blowing it out of the ballpark is what I'm getting here for you. Now, I'm getting the words persuasion, okay, or the word persuasion, but not in a negative way. It's not about manipulation. It's not that type of persuasion coming from an ego center. It's persuasion coming from, I feel, more of that heart center, more of that creative genius within you, because you're using your skills and your talents of using your intellect and your logic, but you're also mixing it in with something that you really love. So I'm liking what is showing up here, just like the magician, and I'm getting strong magician energy for you. So it wouldn't surprise me to see the magician in your reading. Just like the magician awes their audience, captivates their audience with having them focus over here instead of the tricks of the trade, right? They persuade their audience to focus on this, and the audience, wow, right? There's a wow factor where instead of focusing on the how, they're focusing on what's right here. So I feel like that's what you're doing here this month. So you could be using your voice, your intellect, your brilliant mind, Gemini, to get you ahead. There's this energy here of getting ahead after a time of feeling a little bit stuck. And I'm getting here, there's a healthy dose of confidence and a healthy dose of ego coming in here. Again, this isn't in a negative way. Now, if we do see the 7 of Swords show up, it could be a reminder to make sure that you're coming from a place of heart, or to pay attention to other people's intentions as well, because that can be, there can be a flip to persuasion. So in the recent past here, you have the butterfly. This is about sudden changes. Some of you, there could have been some shifts that happened quickly in your career. Maybe you were hired. Maybe you were fired. Maybe you decided to launch a new idea. There could be, because I'm getting the light bulb energy here as well. The light bulb in this deck actually represents new ideas. Here it is, inspiration, entrepreneurship. For some of you, yep, it could have been a new job, or you had some new ideas. This really is the energy of genius, invention. And if you are deciding to launch, again, a product, or if you are putting yourself out there, if you have a business plan, or if you are looking to create some big change, this is your month to do so. Because you do have here arts, movement, temporary jobs, making work more fun. Okay, this could be a short-term loan. It could be something temporary as well for the time being, but I feel like you're going to grow it into something more permanent. I hope that makes sense. So there could be some branching off happening here, because they are showing me a tree with different branches. So some of you may even work in a company that has different branches. Now, I'm also getting the C. They're showing me C's again. So aside from the charm, charisma, and communication, some of you may have a C in your name, such as Charmaine or Charlotte, or Charlotte could be a place that you live as well. This could be a big C in your logo or in your company name as well. Please take that as it resonates. But this is about movement towards what inspires you. And in the present energy here of October, we have the anchor. And what I see happening here is this anchor is actually a good thing, because I feel like this idea that may have felt a little bit loose, right? May have felt more temporary. You're actually anchoring it down into reality, which is interesting, because a lot of times this anchor is about getting yourself unstuck. But I feel like this is getting yourself unstuck by actually putting down that anchor to be exactly where you want to be. So if there were any sort of money blocks or confusion or indecisiveness, I feel like this is about you finally being in a place where you're more financially sound. Okay, this can be water related. Some of you may work near the water. You may work with or around boats. Some of you may have done some traveling, or you will be traveling here in the month of October, or planning travel. This is about stability. So a lot of you, because there were some changes in the past here, Gemini, when it comes to your career, your finances, your money, your income, this is something more concrete, a little more stable for you. Now, in the near future, you do have the Mask card. And this does talk about stash, secret stash. It talks about saving pennies, possibly finding money. It does talk about theft. Now, I don't feel that here. For some of you, you could be recovering from maybe identity theft, or there could have been, I'm getting fraudulent charges on an account that you may finally be getting some sort of resolution towards. But I don't feel like this is a prediction of something coming in. I feel like it's more of a resolution based on something that may have already happened. It just took a little bit of time. Maybe there were some things during retrograde season. I mean, so many of the planets going retrograde at this time, so there could finally be some forward movement. Now, this is the acting, and we just talked about that magician as well, focusing the attention of the audience, persuading them to kind of focus over here instead of what's behind the curtain. So for some of you, this is a really good thing. This is about you using that hidden potential and also embracing the unknown, because I am getting moon energy here for you as well. Some of you could be actors. You could be influencers. There could be something in your life that you are trying to, be like that magician and create and manifest at this time. Now, Gemini, you are also the sign of, the mask, the faces here. So I feel like you're putting your best face forward. You're using that charm and that charisma and that wonderful communication that you have to, again, persuade a situation to kind of move forward in the direction where you want to see it moving. So I am digging this energy here for you. I feel like this is good. I'm getting good intentions here, but we'll see what comes in for you. Now, Gemini, we're going to take a look at the overall energy here. We're going to pull your whole Celtic cross first, and then we'll clarify what we need a little more clarification on. So we have here, the King of Earth, Big Daddy energy, big boss. So you're definitely focusing on your finances, your money, your income. You're figuring out how to work smarter, not harder. Okay, how would you like? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, wow. I feel like a lot of you as well, you're working on paying off some sort of debt, or there could be with that theft energy. Some of you even felt robbed. Maybe you felt robbed of your money, right? I know, as business owners, we don't always love giving big amounts of money to who, but I feel like there could be, situations here where you are working smarter. You're finding loopholes. And again, it's not, like I said, it's not in that negative way, but it's how can I make my money work for me? How can I educate myself to be smarter about this situation so I don't get taken advantage of? And oh my gosh, you can't make this up. There's that magician. And I feel like this is more of that outcome energy. Okay, but let's take a look and get one more card here, because what they're telling me is that magician is the outcome, but it depends on your hopes and your fears. What way do you want to persuade this? And we'll take a look and clarify more so once we dive in here. Well, let's get one more for the hopes and fears. Six of Wands, success. I love it. So you're definitely moving forward in a positive direction. Ooh, this is big, Gemini. This is big. So let's start off with the Catalyst card here, which is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is someone who focuses on their money. Like I said, focuses on their success, their abundance. They are stable, they're abundant, they work their way to the top. But I feel for some of you, there could have been a situation where you had a little bit of a fall from grace, would be the words that I'm getting here. A fall from grace where perhaps there was a setback due to health concerns, maybe divorce. It could have been taking care of family. For others of you, you may have had a company that went down. Now I'm talking past. Okay, there could have been something in the far past that really left you needing to rebuild is the word that I'm getting. So we could have seen a tower moment in the far, I'm getting like 10 years ago past, but this could have even happened recently where you're still picking up the pieces, but you're coming back here in a big way. And the King of Earth is about rebuilding and hitting those financial goals, right? This is someone who is interested in having their cake and eating it too, right? They're willing to work double hard so they can have the things that they want. So I do feel for you, Gemini, whatever it is that you want in the material world, you may want the house, you may want the car, you may want to travel, you may want to experience as much as you can, but you know that comes at, a price. It costs money to do some of the things that maybe you want. And I feel like you're willing to work here and save. I am getting here the cup energy. So I feel like you're filling up your cup after it feeling a little bit empty. Okay. You're filling it up emotionally, financially. I'm getting here that there's a lot of abundance coming your way, not just in the form of, money, currency. This is showing up in resources, helpful people. It is about a love for what it is that you do. So it's like all those earthly things are coming in and you're finding all the puzzle pieces where you can start to feel like you're getting ahead of the game here. So I like this King of Earth showing up. Now, the challenge or what's crossing your energy is the Temperance. This is about not overspending because sometimes, Gemini, you may want to indulge or spend because it does say patience here, but I'm getting here something with overindulging. Okay, whether this is spending a lot of money on things that maybe you don't necessarily need. There could be a little bit of materialism coming in here, or it could be finding ways to pay off debt or, refinance. This could be talking to a financial advisor. It could be taking the steps here to save a little bit more money instead of, spending. It can also be about patience when it comes to your business growing. For those of you that are entrepreneurs, right? Patience is necessary on the steps and path towards success. And there are many times that you're going to feel like you fell down a few steps, or you may even feel like you failed, but that is a pivotal piece of the puzzle, right? You're not going to get to that success without at least falling a couple of times, Gemini. So be patient with yourself, especially when things aren't happening as quickly as you would like to see them. Now, with this Temperance card here, this is about moderating, right? It can be about self-control. So when it comes to what it is that you want, you may be reassessing a few things in your life. You may be saying, what can I surrender? What can I give up or get rid of in order to create more money, time, or space in this direction? So for example, maybe each morning or a couple times a week, you like to stop at Starbucks or the bakery next to your shop or whatever this is, and you like to indulge. But if you really added it up, you'd realize, wow, that's a lot of money I spend each day. Maybe $10 every day can add up, and that could be what you put towards, this bill, and you could have it paid off sooner. So I feel like you are weighing up some things. You're negotiating because you have that energy here of charm and charisma. I feel like there is some sort of intention here that you are putting out there. So whatever it is that you focus your intention on, whether it is a goal that you have, put that time, that energy, that money, whatever it may be, the resources, because I see them showing up here, throw that towards what you want to see grow, because there is intention here. And if you can moderate, and if you can focus your attention here on what it is that you want to see growing, I feel like that's really going to help you out this month. Okay, so impatience, impulsivities can sometimes get the best of us, right? It happens to everyone, but I feel like if you are patient this month, you're going to see that the stars are aligning in your favor. And she actually has the clock right on her heart, her chest area here. So this is about divine timing, and I feel like the time is now to seize the moment. And because something may not have happened in the past, maybe as quickly as you thought, there could be a little bit of lack of belief. But this is a major arcana here, and this is about knowing and trusting and believing that your hard work is paying off here. Okay? And the stars are aligning to make some really beautiful things happen in your favor. And that's part of that magician as well. Captivating the audience to believe that this is happening over here instead of focusing their energy and wondering how is this happening, right? It's the captivating piece of it. And I feel like that's what you're doing here. So blending the two. The magician knows how to blend, what's going on over here and what's going on over here, to blend it to create that illusion. Now, what is in the past here, the deep past? We have the Ace of Fire. This is a beautiful energy about new beginnings. So there could have been some sort of thought, idea, or spiritual movement towards a new beginning in the deep past. And this could be you going back to school. It could be you starting a business. Maybe you started working for that company that really inspired you. Now, when this Ace of Wands shows up, this can be like you having a new sense of purpose, right? Reinventing yourself. But I am getting here a little bit of the lower energy or the reversal of the Ace of Wands. So there could have even been a block, right? Creative block. You wanted to feel all this creativity. You wanted to feel inspired, like you were moving in the right direction. And you probably were at some point. But then it's like it came to a halt, whether it was due to maybe COVID, or it could have been due to, again, some sort of personal situation that may have happened, or within a company or a business. But I feel like something came to a stop, but now it's refired back up here for you, because in the recent past, you have the Sun. Now, this is something here that's magnetized. This is changes. I'm seeing here silver lining in a situation that came to a little bit of a halt, right? You may have even felt like something got pulled out from underneath you. Like when things were going tough, then boom, COVID hits. Or when I'm finally feeling like I'm getting on top, then the dishwasher breaks, or, the car breaks down and I have to put money towards that. So I'm feeling there are certainly things that happen for you, or things that happen for us all, that kind of get us out of feeling good about where we're at, but you're getting yourself back on track here. And there's going to be some sort of movement towards your highest good. I'm going to clarify a few of these cards before we move forward. Let's just take a look and clarify the King of Pentacles showing up as the catalyst, the overall energy. What do we need to know about the King of Pentacles? I mean, this could even be someone coming towards you as well. Someone who's a boss, who's not, doesn't want to play games necessarily in this physical world. They want to make money. They're business. They're very business oriented. They're going to come at you and give you a business offer, a business proposal, or you could be all business here. Let's take a look and clarify. Oh, wow. 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Gemini, whatever you're doing, whatever you're putting out there at this time, wherever you're focusing your energy and intentions, if they are coming from that, that intuitive soul path, they're aligning with your highest good. This is wishes granted, and it's the 9 of Cups showing up in the upright. So this is that emotional fulfillment. It's abundance and success showing up in all different shapes, sizes, and forms. So when that 9 of Cups shows up here, I absolutely feel that there's some sort of achievement and completion coming in here. There's the High Priestess, yeah, because you've had to be patient. And again, behind the scenes, right? The High Priestess, she doesn't necessarily need to... She doesn't need to even work that hard on, you know, showing everybody in front of the curtain. She kind of steps behind the curtain. And I feel like this is where you're at currently. And that's why you have this mask on. It's like you can do both. You can be behind the curtain watching as these things unfold. You can focus your energy and attention. If it's coming from a place of intuition here, you're definitely making some decisive decisions moving forward. And it's aligning you directly with your wish fulfillment. So this is really exciting here. Let's clarify why the Temperance card as the challenge. Because again, maybe it's interesting to see, because we have a lot of movement, we have a lot of action and a lot of really high vibe energy here. But sometimes, Gemini, we feel, you know, we can feel impatient, or I'm getting more so than impatience. It's just taking a look at, you know, spending. Because if you are getting here a really big payout, or if you are heading towards a job that may pay a lot more, or you're getting that raise or promotion, you may say, yeah, I want to treat myself, right? I want to go on, you know, vacation, or I want to indulge. And certainly by all means, if you're able to do so, but make sure you stock some away for your goals or for a rainy day here as well. Let's take a look and clarify the Temperance, please. Oh, wow. Okay. We have quite a few that came up there. There's the Fool. You've been waiting a long time. There could be a little bit of disbelief even, and that's why belief was coming up so strong for you as well, because you have the Fool card. Some of you don't want to be foolish moving towards this new beginning, and that may be why there's a little bit of a pause, a little bit of a hesitancy. Maybe you are the one that may be saying, well, you know, I want to move forward with this, but I don't want to make the wrong step. Okay, because there's your 10 of Cups. Remember, you have the 9 of Cups. You're only a step away. Oh, some of you may also, you want to just jump right into that 10. But I do feel like there's just a couple of little puzzle pieces to put into that mix before you hit the 10 of Cups, before there is a completion happening here for you. And there's the Ace of Wands showing up again, which we see. So something that you started a long time ago, like we said, and it may have been put on pause or put on hold, or maybe it was that dream job that you wanted, but you didn't get, and it's coming back up at this time. Look at this Ace of Coins. I mean, Gemini, these are powerful energies. You're putting down some burdens with the 10 of Wands here. You're heading towards a new beginning, and there's the confirmation of reassessing those priorities that we talked about here with the 2 of Coins. So this is about you taking a look, reassessing what is best for me, what is best for maybe my family or for my business. What can I do at this time to move forward in the most abundant, lucrative way that I can? So you are making decisions here. And as long as you trust your intuition and keep that beginner's mindset and move forward with the wisdom that you have gained in past experiences, I feel like you're opening up. I mean, you have new beginnings left and right here. So some of you could even be working a couple of jobs. You may be juggling more than one, maybe a job in the corporate world, a business on the side, right? And there could be something that you launch and go off on your own. This is a dream of yours that you've had for quite some time. And now you're finally able to, with the Magician energy, bring it down to reality and focus your attention and persuade that energy to move in a new direction. But you've had to work really hard for it, I see. Wow. This is a lot here, Gem, but this is beautiful. So what do we have? Here's the 5 of Swords, and it's kind of landing here right on what you don't want to be in. If you're dealing with any sort of toxicity, remember what I said, there's still a couple of pieces of that puzzle to put in. I feel like you are not willing to compromise. In a sense, you have great negotiation skills, but you're getting what it is that you want, is what I feel here. And this is about not giving up. Okay, not giving up. You're willing to do what it takes. And I feel like it's not, again, I'm not getting negativity around the 5 of Swords out of you, but there could be people around you that are in high competition. Okay, definitely people that want you to stay stuck, or they just don't believe in you, because belief is coming up strong, or there was some sort of mental conflict that you had going back and forth within your own mind. Now you're taking that leap. So let's take a look at what the Sun energy is all about in the past. Okay, what's the Sun energy? Why is it in the past here? Oh my gosh, the sun clarified by the sun. Gemini, some of you may have already landed your dream job here. For others of you, you are doing what it is that you love, and now you're just finding ways to move it forward. Okay, you may be figuring out, I mean, this doesn't happen often, especially with the sun. And it's okay that it's in the recent past here, because you're still in this energy. You're still, because it's showing up here in your circle. So I feel like this is something that's carrying you forward. There could have been some sort of debt relief, money owed to you. Okay, this is beautiful energy. The sun clarifying the sun is a lot of abundance, a lot of success. This is a happiness. This is moving on from anything that was maybe challenging or did keep you stuck with the money blocks here. Now we do have the Knight of Swords. This is your energy. Take an action here. This is what's in your headspace, and you are ready to move forward out of a situation. Now that there's abundance, now that you feel like you're finally making some headway here, now that you've either charmed the socks out of, a person, place, or thing here, I feel like you're able to move forward. And some of you are saying, Melissa, how can you charm the socks out of a thing, right? Or out of a space? But I'm getting more so that you're leaving your footprint in the sand. You've left a good impression is what I'm getting here. And with that good impression, maybe it was something that you created and you sold, and now that person really enjoyed what it was that they had purchased from you, and they leave you a great review, or they tell their friends about you. So again, you're leaving an impression here that's gonna ripple out into the universe and pay off in huge ways, I'm getting here. So in the near future, you have the Six of Swords. This is all about you journeying on to bigger and better and coming out on the other side, because some of you, yes, you've gone through the storms with that Five of Swords. I mean, you have the Five of Swords and the Six of Swords. So you're definitely coming out of mental conflict, a little bit of distress, but you've had to work for something here. And some of you have had a lot of battle with others, or just mental battle within yourselves. With the Six of Swords, you're coming out of that and freeing yourself from a situation that you didn't want to be in, right? You didn't want to be in debt, or you didn't want to be working for toxic people. Maybe you didn't want to be, having your some of you it was mental health in the past. Your mental health was affected and you made some big changes, or the universe came in and said, all right, Gemini, we hear you. We're going to answer your prayers here because you're just not benefiting from whatever that was, or it's time to move on. Because I'm getting here like the death energy. We can't, when something is done, when we've hit a dead end, we can't force that road to open up. The dead end is there for a reason, for us to kind of go back out, reevaluate what direction we want to go and move forward. Or we've come to an end of a cycle or a situation. And I am getting that here happening for you, but in the past. Now let's clarify the Six of Swords. Whether it's something that let's see what you're moving towards, because we see here a lot of happiness, but I feel like there's still, again, they're showing me like two pieces of that puzzle where you're still working on releasing. So whether we need to see what it is you're releasing, let's see here. Okay. Oh, wow. You have the Temperance again. And this makes complete sense because this is your challenge, Gemini. The challenge is the Temperance. And this is about patient balance instead of recklessly moving forward and jamming those puzzle pieces into the puzzle just because you want to complete the cycle or you want something to be over with, but we can't force it. Just like we said, when we were driving in the car and we hit a dead end or we hit a cul-de-sac, right? We can't just forge our way through and plow through the house, right? It would cause a catastrophe. If something has expired or we've hit a dead end, it's important for us to course correct, to move in a new direction and to advance, to grow. But we need to be patient with that as well. Even if you have to go back out into the main road, even if it takes you a little bit to get there, be patient, Spirit is saying here, because you have the Empress showing up here for you as well. The Empress is the creator of all, right? She's the nurturing creator. She wants to give life. And this is interesting as well because it's just like birthing. There's a time and a place of the gestation period, and you can't keep something that's ready to be birthed, right? You can't hold it in. It's going to come when it wants here. And I feel like that is what's happening, but something is ready to be birthed, and you've waited for this here. Be patient. There's a couple, I'm seeing here 2. So this could be 2 weeks. It could be 2 months. 2 could be significant. Some of you may be born on the 2nd, the 22nd. There could be here 2 life path, or you may be in a 2 personal year. All right. How are you feeling? You're feeling like you've done a lot of soul searching. And you're feeling like you're ready to open up a new door, because on this Hermit card here, you see that there's a plethora of keys at the top, and you may be deciding which key is going to unlock the door that I want, right? What is the key here that is going to help me out? But the trick of the trade here is that you have access to all of these keys, Gemini. So if one of those keys does not unlock that door that you want, you can dish out that next trick, we'll call it, with that magician, right? You can open up the door with one of the keys that are hanging there. And just because you don't get it on the first time around, that's okay, right? Because there's a lot of different keys that you can use to open up that door. And with this Hermit showing up, I feel like you may have withdrawn. Excuse me. Some of you may have even felt a little rejected. But through that period, you've gained the knowledge here, and you've done a lot of reflecting. And I feel like you have a new sense of introspection. There's something that you weren't able to see before. So maybe in the past, instead of going through all these keys and trying the same one over and over again, where intuitively you know that that same key wasn't going to open the door, but for whatever reason, that belief in your mind had to work with you to convince you that there's a new way, right? And so I feel like you're coming out of this Hermit energy, because now you've gained, again, some introspection that you didn't have in the past, and it's going to allow you to really move forward here and not feel stuck. There is a sense of, again, stability showing up here. I mean, so many major arcanas, you are using your charm. I feel like you have what it takes to woo the audience, and you are seeing that you have a lot of options as well. 7 of Cups is showing up in your energy. And sometimes, Gemini, you just want and need to get clear on what it is that you truly want. Some of you, oh, wow, this is a really beautiful message coming through. Some of you may have been really stuck on this one door. And maybe the whole time here, you thought that you had to pick the right key to open the door. But what if there were other doors that any of those keys could get you into? I hope this makes sense. So it may be that you are focused on, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but sometimes we focus on the energy that's not necessarily in our highest good. We try to force maybe that door open. We try to force it open with a key that's not right for it. And the whole time, maybe you kept trying to open that door. Maybe none of those keys fit. But I feel like now you have the opportunity to go in this direction and to choose something that is more aligned with all of those things that you want to achieve. Whatever success looks like for you, I feel like there's many different paths and many different ways to get there, but you can choose here the path of least resistance by going more with the flow instead of feeling like it has to be so difficult to get there. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you. I mean, the Hermit energy showing up, and then the 7 of Water says focus. Focus that intention. Focus on what it is that you want to see grow. See yourself opening up that door, but know that you're not just limited to that one door, that one opportunity, that you have many keys, many gifts, many skills, many talents. And if I didn't say this in the beginning of your reading, they were showing me the tree. So there could be something, again, branching off within you. It could be branching your own skills. Maybe you're going back to school. There's some sort of learning, education. You may be deciding to go in a new direction, but still you have the root system. You have here the new beginnings that you've learned here. A lot of that inspiration that you've always wanted to be, even since you were a child, that doesn't just leave, right? It's in that root system that you have. And look at this. You have another ace showing up, Ace of Swords. To clarify, this is getting focused. And there's that light bulb that we literally picked up from the card deck earlier. There's the light bulb at the very top of her crown chakra. And this is about a newfound sense of clarity. Get focused on one of those things that you've been kind of culminating on, bring down to earth and go with it. You're going to be more successful than you realize here. You have the ability to cut through any of the indecisiveness here. But the Seven of Cups showing up can be feeling overwhelmed, right? Feeling like there's so many options. You don't want to make the wrong choice, or feeling like you're not able to pinpoint it, or feeling like those keys don't fit in that door. But maybe it's because again, you're focusing on that one door when there's many. All right. This is really a powerful reading, Gemini. Now let's take a look at your hopes and fears, because these hopes and fears are actually going to persuade, and I say that in quote, right? Persuade you to manifest. What is it that you are looking to manifest here? Because what you're putting out there is what you're going to get back. So make sure that it's what you want, right? Six of Wands is one of my favorite minor arcanas, because sixes represent harmony. They represent problem solving, which we see here with the anchor. Sixes can also represent loyalty and responsibility, doing what you need to do. But like we said earlier, it could be cutting back on something, or feeling like you may, sacrifice. Sacrifice, the energy of that word doesn't always come off as strong, because no one wants to sacrifice anything, right? But sometimes we need to push through and save for the things that we want, or work a little extra harder now so we don't have to, a year from now or 10 years down the road or into retirement. The Six of Wands represents accomplishment, achievement, fame, victory, public recognition. So for those of you that are in the spotlight or in the limelight here, for those of you that are actors, influencers, or you just want to be seen, heard, or valued, your work is showcased. Your reputation is, again, being put out there for the public, for the world to see at this time. And you're coming out of that hermit energy, that hermit shell of yours. So get ready to be seen, because I am getting this type of glow up energy, especially with the sun. Some of you may have already had the glow up, and now you are heading towards a new higher energy. Okay. You're still on this path. I see you're still on this path of abundance, but you're definitely upgrading here. You're ascending. You've learned what you've needed to learn, and now you can move forward in a new direction with the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is about, again, recognition, because in the past, maybe you felt like you were overlooked. Maybe you even felt a little bit of shame for what it is that you did, right? And I've heard this from so many different readers, and even myself for a while, many, many years ago. It wasn't as highly spoke of to be a psychic, or to be an intuitive, or to share some of the stories of the things that I've seen, or to, kind of go down that rabbit hole. You had to make sure you were around other like-minded people, because otherwise people would think you're crazy, right? They'd think you were a Fruit Loop that got out of the box, is what I've been called before. So some of you may have kept this quiet. Maybe due to society, maybe due to family, maybe due to not wanting necessarily your mainstream job to know really what it was that you were kind of working on behind the scenes. Whatever this was here for you, I do feel like it's now readily accepted. There's something here that you are offering or doing that is a lot more embraced. And even if it's not, I feel like it will be. And it's important for you to be authentic and show up in your zone of genius, because the Magician card as your final outcome here, I feel like this is about you persuading the energy in whatever way you want, right? The Magician is about using the tools that you have available to manifest the world that you want. It's about you using the skills, your talents to take action. It is about using your personal power. But as you're aware, Gemini, we can misuse our power. We see that all the time in the form of manipulation, in the form of, greed or things of that nature. Whatever you put out there, you're going to get back. But remember, what you put out there, there's not going to be that sense of fulfillment on all levels if it doesn't come from a place of fulfillment on all levels. So just keep that in mind when you are working on manifesting. If you're manifesting from a place of fear, right? False evidence appearing real, then sometimes that's what we are seeing mirrored back to us. Okay, so let's clarify. What else do we need to know about the Magician for Gemini, please? What do we need to know for Gemini with the Magician, October 2023? The Six of Swords. So look at all these sixes here. Yeah, Six of Swords showing up again. We're getting a lot of synchronicities, a lot of multipliers, a lot of the same energy showing up. And actually the anchor here is showing up. No, I mean, I look at it like as a boat anchor. Some of you are traveling for sure. You may be reaching people on a global level, or reaching people who like to travel. Maybe you're a blogger or a vlogger. But you have the Six of Swords clarifying, and we see it showing up in the near future. This is about needed change. So don't hang on to what must end. Just like we were talking about with that dead end, the only way for you to kind of come up from that energy, it's like that phoenix rising. Course correct. Take that new path. Know that there's another way. There's this energy within you. Sometimes it may feel heavy, because you see here with the Six of Swords, there's sharks below the surface, and he has his little girl there on his shoulder, and she's looking back. She knows, excuse me, she knows that she's protected, but I feel like you're doing what you can to protect maybe even what you wanted to do as a child. Maybe this is you protecting yourself or your authenticity. This can be about you protecting, your beliefs, because I am getting the energy here of protection. And I feel like you don't have to succumb to the sharks below the surface, whether this is sharks in the past or it's limiting beliefs. Okay, whatever this is here for you, you're moving on from it. And I feel like you are safe as you do so. You are protected, and you have what it takes to manifest your world into being. So, wow, Gemini, I'm loving your reading here. Now let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. Whoa, okay, that one shot out like crazy. Come to the edge. It's card 36. When you break that down, it equals 9. Some of you may be 36 years old. You may be born on the 9th. You may be a 9 life path, or in a personal year 9, which if you're in a personal year 9, you may really want to take note of what's happening, because 9 personal years. And some of you, if you're not sure how to find your personal year, it's the date of your birthday, the day, the month, and then 2023 or whatever year you're in. Add those all up, break it down. Some of you are in a 9 year, which is all about endings, coming to the end, because then your next year, 2024, is all about new beginnings. All right, let's take a look. And even if you're not in a 9 personal year, you're definitely coming to the edge here and embracing the unknown, which is important for you at this time, to push through any of those insecurities or fears that say, I can't do this, right? Find that courage. Let that courage bubble up within you. This is all about taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. Facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration. As you ready yourself for a leap of faith, spirit is present, so let go of fear. Yeah, that's what we just talked about with that Six of Swords, which again is presented with the shark. So even though there's some fear of the sharks, you're protected here, is what spirit wants you to know. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul. It's not always about the head, right? And we do have here the swords energy. We have the Knight of Swords, and Gemini, you are an air sign, so sometimes you tend to listen more with your head, and it says here, listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. And if there ever was a time for you to take a leap of faith into the unknown, it is now. This is the perfect moment to take a big risk. The unknown is the only choice. And if you come to the edge, you will discover treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Allow your courage to lead you in spite of those fears. You don't need to know the exact form of what you're going for. The essence is much more powerful, and spirit has a way of delivering an even better version of prosperity than you could imagine. Take that step. The results will be amazing. I'm loving this. All right. I mean, Gemini, there is not a challenging card out here for you. I mean, besides the Five of Swords, that little bit of the mental conflict, but you're pushing through it. Sometimes that Five of Swords can be about us talking ourselves out of a situation. But overall here, you have some powerful energy happening this month. Be sure to embrace it. All right, and you have cards that are just flying out here. So at this moment, we're going to get a few messages from your spirit animals. And Gemini, I just ask if you can, please take a moment to take a nice deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra, the belly area. Close your eyes. And I want you to focus on that third eye center, the area between your eyebrows. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. This could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animal is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. Perhaps your animal has crossed your path in the great outdoors. Maybe they've crossed over the rainbow bridge, or maybe they're right beside you at this moment. There is no right or wrong answer, Gemini. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section box below the video, and I personally will enter you into the free reading giveaway where I draw one lucky winner around the first of each month and post right back here on the channel. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss that when it shows up. All right, you have here Vulture Spirit. Now, some of you may be 63 years old, 36 years old, 51, or 34. And Vulture shows up to remind you that nothing is wasted, right? And some of you, you may be thinking that you were in a position that was a waste of time, or maybe you've wasted your energy here. Even in the midst of some sort of waste that you feel like you're wasting, there's still divine timing happening here. And sometimes that's just our way of saying, okay, we need to slow down a bit, or we need to reinvent, or we need to course correct. So just trust that nothing is wasted. And even if you weren't exactly on the path in the past that you wanted to be on, know that you have the ability to change course, that you can go in a new direction. Next, you have Koi Fish. There's always enough. Some of you may be overcoming some of that scarcity or poverty conscious mindset of lack of. For those of you that have had some deep limiting beliefs around money, that could be something that is a little bit of a challenge for you. That could be why we sometimes want to jam that puzzle piece into the puzzle, where we need to be patient, right? We need to be patient because there's still something working behind the scenes that maybe we can't see at this time. There's always enough, and there will be plenty here, but make sure that you're embracing that energy of abundance, not scarcity. Next, we have Sandpiper Crane, one of my favorites here. This is about being playful, right? Be playful. Bring this energy of playfulness. Sometimes we get so serious, right? We get so serious on the everyday responsibilities and tasks and career. That's why you have this sun and this abundant energy here. Is not, don't take things so seriously, right? It's time to have a little bit of fun. Let your hair down. Use that charming energy that you have. For some of you, you'd really benefit from going to watch a magician or a comedy show or something of that nature here in the month of October. And last but not least, you have Hummingbird. Hummingbird Spirit says, be here now. When we are focused on the past, we drain and leak energy. When we are focused so far into the future, we drain and leak our energy. It's when we are right here in the now, that we are fully present, that we can really work with that magician energy, right? If the audience is focused on how the trick is being done, right? How did the magician get up on stage and how did they prepare for it prior? then we're going to miss out on what's right here. We're going to miss out on the magic that's displayed right in front of you here. And if we're focused already on, when is that magician going to come back to town? Then we're not focusing on the magic that's happening on the show right at this time. So Hummingbird reminds you, Gemini, to be here now. And last but not least, let's see which crystal, gemstone, mineral, or fossil you can use in the month of October to help you on your most prosperous path. Okay, so a lot of cards came through. We're just going to pull, thank you, Spirit. We're going to pull one from that mini pile. Moldavite, beautiful. Moldavite it's like a star. I think it comes from the stars. It's almost like tektite, if you've heard of that. But Moldavite is all about, let's see here, transformation. It is about rebirth through fire. It's the initiation and opening to new experiences. It's revitalization and renewal. New doors open. Okay, remember that door card that we had here? It says new doors open. It doesn't say the door that you've been trying to get that key in is opening. It says new doors. So there's something that you are doing in a new way here, Gemini. New doors open and you can cross the threshold. It can be exhilarating to know that you are stepping out of the old and into a new self, ready for the unexpected gifts that come with this initiation. Moldavite Spirit's message to you is to know that as you walk through an open door, you are being reborn in a sense, for you will be different once you have made a conscious choice to say goodbye to what was. Rebirth always involves tension and struggle. Crystals can only form if there is plenty of pressure to change. If you are frustrated or uncomfortable, know that there is relief on the way. So just focus on what is happening as a better tomorrow begins to reveal itself. Your passage into the new is assured, so be present, be open, be ready for healing to take place. This new experience requires a new you in a sense, a you that recognizes that you belong here, that you truly can let go of the old. You are so loved and the universe is so, so very proud of you, Gemini. The appearance of Moldavite is a sure sign that you are closing the door on the past in some way, with that Six of Swords showing up twice for you, right? You will not be alone, and you will encounter many signs that you have what you need and that your foundation is strong. You may feel a little shaky right now. After all, you're not quite used to this territory, but you've passed the audition, so to speak, and you are ready to step into the prosperous life you deserve. Now, Moldavite is, it's a green tektite, thought to have been formed when a meteorite crashed into the Czech Republic around 15 million years ago or so. It is a crystal heralding massive transformation on all levels. This is not a stone to play with or take lightly. This is actually a stone that it's not recommended for those that aren't ready or not willing to step out of their comfort zone, because when you work with Moldavite, and this can be a challenging one to get sometimes, but this is about us buckling up, right? When you work with this crystal, buckle up, because things are going to get interesting, because they can really shift the dynamic. So for those of you who've been wanting to get out of the comfort zone but are wanting a little bit of that nudge, you can work with Moldavite. I've personally worked with it as well, and it is powerful. You can, even, as intuitive as I am, I can't work with it for long periods of time because it is very, very powerful, and the energy that it heralds is strong. So you can work with this stone if you are ready for these big changes, and I see big changes coming in here for you in a big way, Gemini. So get ready, buckle up. The sky's the limit for you. I hope this reading resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most, and it certainly helps the channel grow. I would love to see you drop those power animals in the comment section box below to be entered into the free reading giveaway. And if you're vibing with the energy of the channel and haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so very much for being here, Gemini. Lots of love.